Hey y'all, I just wanted to share something that just happened a minute ago. Set yourself up for good karma. Okay. Personally, I don't do anything that's gonna put me in a space where I have something negative on my conscience that I did that then will come back to me. The scripture says that we reap what we sow. We know that. What we give out, we always get back in one way or another. And sometimes when we get it back, it could be worse than when we gave it out. So I deliberately, intentionally do not do things that jeopardize my alignment with the Lord as well as my good karma. I do not do that. Okay. So I went to the store and I'm just trying to grab something real quick and come out. And, I picked up something else that I needed while I was in there and put everything up on the cart, whatever paid. And so as I'm getting ready to leave out, I noticed that this one item is still in my basket, and I just throw it in the bag and get in the car thinking it hadn't been bagged yet, right? So I get in the car and something is just heavy on me. I'm like, check and see if this is on the receipt, because if it's not, I'm not trying to steal nothing, right? So I check the receipt, it's not on the receipt, and I drive around the corner and come back to the store and then go in and pay for it. Okay. And I'm like, I need to pay for this because it was in the basket, but it's not on a receipt. So they like, oh, thank you for being honest. And, most people wouldn't, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was only $3.85. I could have just kept going and ignored it. But you know what? If I would have taken that and just kept going and ignored the fact that I didn't pay for it, that would have sat on me so heavy. And then later on in life, if somebody were to take something from me that didn't belong to them, or, something like that, I would know immediately, pinpoint it right back to that moment where I had the decision to either pay for this item or not, to make it right or not. Now, I was already in the car, I was already driving, and something just hit me like, look at that receipt. Okay. And because it was on me so heavy, like, there's no way to make it right. Like, I can't give the money to somebody else. Like, say I see a person on the street that need money, I can't give them the $4 or whatever, and somehow that's gonna make it right because I did a good deed for somebody else. I didn't sow a seed into the place where it needed to be sold. I took an item that belonged to the store. I can't give this money then to another person that has nothing to do with this and think I'm balancing the scales because I did a good deed. No, I need to make it right with the source. I need to go right back to the source and make it right. So I went right back to the store and took them the item, like, hey, y'all didn't scan this, y'all didn't ring this up, let me put this on my bill, let me go ahead and pay for this separate because I need to have this off of my conscience. Okay. So like I said, it was a small amount, but it doesn't matter. Energetically, spiritually, it doesn't matter that it was just a small thing. Me taking something that does not belong to me and then walking on with it as if, oh, I got over, I got a hookup, oh, they missed that, so I guess I looked up. I could have interpreted that as a blessing. Some people would, right? Oh, you didn't have to pay for that, they missed it, so you get to keep it, blah, blah, blah. I could have felt that way, but I know my relationship with the Lord. My relationship with the Lord is not like that. I won't have peace at all if I do anything like that knowingly. So soon as I know I make a mistake, I immediately take accountability, make it right every single time. And I encourage you guys to do the same, because this is honestly how I cultivate peace in my life and how I make sure I always have peace in my spirit, by not doing things intentionally that are wrong to other people or to other, in other situations, not getting the one up. If I get a upper hand and it's not fair, then, I own my mistake or whatever I did or whatever wasn't right. Somebody looked over and they made a mistake. Maybe it was just an accident. That girl didn't mean to not scan the item. It wasn't like she was trying to hook me up. She didn't even see it. Okay. So I could have taken that and used it to my advantage, which a lot of people do. That it's not a big deal to them. But for me, I can't do that. Even though I was the one that looked up in the situation with a free item, no, I can't rest with that because that wasn't right and that wasn't fair. So even if it's at a disadvantage to me to make it fair, I'm going to do what I have to do because I need to have a clear conscience. There is too much that I need the Lord to intervene for on my life, on my behalf. I need God in my life. I need to be on the right side with God on my life, because if something happens that's not fair to me, that's the only way I can go to him in clear conscience, knowing that I did nothing at all to warrant this situation. So therefore, Lord, I'm asking you to intervene on my behalf and make things right and make things fair and make things just. And he will every single time, because I came at him in the right way with a clear conscience, making sure I don't have nothing weighing me down in the back of my mind that I know that I did that wasn't right. And now I'm trying to ask him to hook me up. So I just want to encourage you, whenever you're confronted with a situation like that, where, you know, maybe you looked up, did you really look up, or do you need to make it right? Okay, so moving forward, make sure you create good karma for yourself at all times. All right, have a great day.